In today's episode, the hidden wonders of everyday objects, we'll talk about energy. Energy is what sustains us, energy keeps us moving, and we consume energy in two, three different ways every day, almost all of us. Whether it is fueling our vehicles, whether it is flicking the switch of electricity board in our house, or be it the cooking gas to cook some food. We are daily consumers of energy, and right from the day fire was discovered, energy has always helped move human race forward. Let's start the episode. So let's talk about the most common form of energy that we use, shall we? Electricity. So, have you ever wondered the everyday electricity? It's warm. You just go and flip the switch on, and the fan starts moving. How did the electricity come all the way to you? More often than not, electricity would have come to you through a distribution transformer to your home or to your home's power switchboard, and then from that power switchboard to your distribution network. Before it came to your distribution transformer, it would have been distributed from an even larger transformer, something called as a distribution network. And before the electricity would have got distributed, it would have got transmitted from the place it was generated to a transmission network. In electrical engineering jargon, it's called transmission and distribution, T&D. And before it got transmitted, it was generated. This generation usually happens at power plants or hydroelectric plants, which are large dams with a kind of a flywheel built in, where water falls and a particular turbine moves, and then you convert mechanical energy through a small electromagnetic conversion into electrical energy. So an arm moves. That arm has a electromagnetic device or a magnetic device put inside a magnetic environment, and when that metallic object cuts magnetic field, something called as EMF, electromotive force, is generated, and then that converts into electricity. And then you can play around with number of wires and whatnot, number of turns, and number of thickness of wire, thickness of frame, thickness of coils, and everything. But the point is, the simple electricity that you flip the switch on, and it helps either turn the light on, turn the fan on, turn the air conditioning on, comes all the way by maybe large amount of water falling on a turbine, or if it's a gas turbine or it's steam turbine, then any force moving the blades of a turbine. That's the journey of electricity, just from generation to transmission to distribution to reaching your home, and then of course you're enjoying it. There are some non-conventional ways of generation of electricity as well. Wind energy, where the winds that you enjoy post rain, post monsoon, it's pretty windy here in Mumbai. These winds help the large wind vanes move, large wind turbines move, and these again turbines, as they move, there is again an armature, then there is again an object that converts this mechanical energy into of wind turbine into electric through magnetic into electrical energy, and electrical energy gets fed. Do you know that wind energy depends on of course on wind speed, but do you know that it depends on the wind speed to the power of 3? velocity cubed. That means if the wind speed doubles, the energy output goes up 8 times. Isn't it fascinating? Of course, the more common and more obvious or more easily seen way of electricity generation in non-conventional ways, electrical energy through solar power. And you would have seen those large solar panels on rooftop or maybe on your mobile device chargers as well, which are very commonly used to harvest solar energy. They are usually large black flat devices, small cells, each designed to absorb and convert electricity into small voltage, and then those all voltages add up, and then that electricity generated, that current generated, is fed to a small battery which gets charged, and then you discharge the battery to a household use. A lot of households across the world are in the race to become energy positive, and that helps to reduce the burden on the distribution grid, which is getting impacted by growing consumption, by increasing the number of devices that get plugged into the network. Even the good old razor, the toothbrush. Older days we used to use like simple mechanical toothbrush and mechanical razor. Now everything is battery driven, electricity driven, so everything needs energy nowadays. So enough about electrical energy and how it gets generated. Let's move to the next form of energy, the one that feeds you. I know you guys are hungry. Go and grab a small bite of food, or maybe grab a cup of coffee. Hope you are back. Feel free to pause it and grab some food and come back. So, if you cook in a traditional Indian household, usually you would be cooking on a LPG gas cylinder. That LPG gas cylinder has its own journey, right from where the gas cylinders are manufactured to the way it is filled with liquefied petroleum gas, and how that gas is prepared, marketed, and then delivered into these small gas distribution agency, and then those cylinders are packed on top of a auto rickshaw, and then they are sent to your home, and the gentleman comes and installs it in your kitchen, and then you cook. The entire journey of an LPG cylinder, it starts from fractional distillation in a refinery. How that distillation happens, how is relevant part of chemical or relevant part of gases extracted from the crude oil that comes to India. How does the crude oil come to India? And then that captures the journey of this third form of energy, which is how we roam around usually in a traditional combustion engine, right? So, but let's first close the LPG part. So, the LPG cylinders are usually 14.1 kgs, sometimes even more, and they are built and packaged with gases and safety valves and a lot of technology behind it. We will cover it in deep maybe in some episode, but I'll try to link it to the website that captures this data. But the journey of an LPG cylinder starts from someone's home. When the cylinder gets over, you keep it. You don't just throw it away. It's a reusable cylinder. So someone comes and fetches it for you, and then it goes back to an LPG agency, and there it is stored. Maybe it's sent back to the bottling plant, where it is checked for integrity, refilled back, pressurized. Safety valves are again put back, leakage tests are done, secured with a security device on the top, and then shipped back. So that helps in terms of creating a clean energy delivery mechanism. And then, of course, a lot of people use stove. The older days of using kerosene stove. Kerosene is also a product of fractional distillation. So all of this, again, just like electricity comes from water falling on a turbine, all these are extracts of crude oil. And crude oil comes from deposits under earth, where over millions of years, plants and animals have become fossils, and the fossils are now have transformed into hydrocarbons. And hydrocarbons, another name of hydrocarbons is oil. And companies dig into those underground deposits of oil, pump the oil out, and ship it to places where these products are in demand. Usually larger population, especially in Asia, are a huge consumer of energy. So energy gets shipped here, and then the entire cleaning up, creating multiple products from it, like LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, or the newer, modern and cleaner version of energy, PNG, right? Or just natural gas are created from and then delivered through end user for consumption. While, of course, a lot of people are again moving to the first topic that we discussed, which is electricity for preparation of food. But still there are pockets of people who are still using natural gas, and natural gas for them is a cleaner version of energy for food preparation. Definitely cleaner than burning wood or burning kerosene, which emits gases, poisonous gases, harmful gases, and impacts someone cooking food, right? So that's about LPG. Let's talk about the energy that helps us move. We love to move. We love to go from place to place. We love to go shopping. We love to go to meet new people, travel places. How does our movement happen? It happens usually through automobiles or vehicles or planes and rockets and whatnot. And all of these are again fueled by energy. So where does that energy come from? Usually it's some form of hydrocarbon, if not an electric vehicle. So that oil is again an extract from crude oil. The petroleum is an extract of crude oil. Some vehicles use diesel, that also comes from crude oil. Others use, like for example, auto rickshaws use CNG, which is compressed natural gas. It's again an extract of crude oil. So all of these crude oil gets shipped in large ocean tankers all the way through mighty oceans to the ports of India, where they are quickly cleaned up, refined, and then pumped through these large underground pipelines to consumption centers or the marketing centers, where they are then prepared for final use. Usually the final delivery stations, they have small trucks that have carrying capacities, and these trucks are pumped with gases, compressed gases, or pipe fuels like oil, like petrol and diesel and kerosene and what more. And then these are pumped to the final petrol pumps, where you and I go and fuel our cars. Hope you enjoyed this session. Peace out.